Right, so I'm going to be running through my new presentation, which is Be a Brand, Not a Broker. And the reason is through my experience, and I know a lot of people know me, but maybe not. Some people understand me, so I just want to explain a little bit about my life from the start. Obviously, come from a shithole in Liverpool. Well, a shithole in England called Liverpool, but we are a family of 7. Mum and dad from Liverpool, lost 2 brothers, one through suicide, one through cancer, quite recently. But that sort of had a fantastic upbringing, really, really good. Mum and dad, absolutely, like, as we said the other day, like, they're our heroes. And at the age of probably, I don't know, 10, something like this, everyone was always telling me, Gary, you're going to be the one. Gary, you're fantastic at maths, you're fantastic, you're going to be an accountant. So that's exactly what I went to be. I went to study in university. From about the age of 15 through, well, yeah, from about the age of 15, I had a gambling addiction and it lasted for 10 years, okay? Which taught me one thing: don't cry over spilt milk. When you walk out the bookies, the casino, or whatever you've done, if you've made a mistake, just walk out and crack on, because I'm not going to get that money back. That was just probably the one thing. But it also opened me up to risk, and we've took a lot of risks to get this business to where it needs to be. But I want to go through my experience. So that took me from 15 to 25. When I was 25, I moved here and absolutely cured the addiction. I know some people in this room have had certain addictions going back to the UK, and they've turned up here and they've managed to cure it, whether that's alcohol, drugs, gambling, all the rest of it. So it's a fantastic place to be. When I was 25, I got a phone call from a friend and he said, Gary, come move to Dubai, be great at sales. I'm working in real estate, come and join me. I'd never done sales, never done real estate, like many of us in the room. And it was the best thing that I'd ever done. Holly didn't believe that I was going to do it till the moment we were at the airport, right? And I left Holly, I left Nova, he was 10, 11 months old, took the biggest risk, as, again, everybody in the room, took a massive sacrifice, left everybody behind and things like that. I started at one company called HMS Homes, where me and Jay started. I think Jay started a couple of months after me, and we stuck side by side throughout our whole real estate career. That was 7 years ago. About 8 months later, I thought the company wasn't for me. There wasn't so much support. Sorry, take it back a second. 4 weeks in, I'd done a deal, and I thought I was God's gift. I thought I found what I'm meant to do in life. I brought over maybe £8,000 to £9,000, and the deal was for £10,000. I did my target. I ended up being on 55%, and I was walking around with a bit of a swag, a bit of an ego, and I let that get in the way. And I had the worst year of my life, to be honest. I was away from Holly, away from Nova, lots of uncertainty, massive credit card debt, and I got to the end of the year, and I was working at Allshop, and it was good because there was a lot of management in there was a lot of leadership, and there was a real strong vision. Managed to get back on the flight. Bear in mind, there's an outstanding credit card in Dubai for £14,000. I had no money. Holly had £5,000-6,000, a double wage from where she was. Certain things had happened. Holly had asked for the job back, and he said no. So we had to get back on the flight no matter what. We had 2 months, January and February. At the end of February, 28th of February, we had to go home because we had no money. So that's pretty much enough about me for now. But what I'm going to talk you through is how to be a brand. And I think it's the most important thing moving forward now. In 2018, between HMS Homes and also, I'm just going to play you this video. Hopefully the sound will come through.
For fuck's sake. To responsibility and fuck's sake. My real estate broker in Dubai. Bollocks. Why me? No, bollocks. The XP property blog.
Work out further.
Oh, fuck. Oh, why did this into? Oh, fuck off. I'm invited to, or. Yeah.
Honestly speaking, there was about 300 attempts of doing a front-facing camera. We all tried to do it, and nobody's confident in doing it. That was in 2018. I run an Instagram page called DXP Property Blog. Adam and Sean used to remember it, maybe some other people may remember it. It was just me commenting on things that were going on in the news or articles and stuff like that. You'll see a dice on your desk. If everyone can pick it up, right, going to give you 30 seconds. I'll put 30 seconds on the clock. You need to roll as many ones as you possibly can within 30 seconds. Every time you get a 1, just shout out 1, yeah? So 3, 2, 1, go. All right, 5 seconds to go. Get that rolling. Done. Finished. Right. Who got 2? Who got 2? 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Anyone got 6? 6. You're a liar. Do you know what this incentive is? 6. Anyone get higher than Dan? No. Right, Dan, you win 500. You've got a chance to roll for another 500. Double or quits. If you can roll an odd number, either take 500 and roll again. If you roll an odd number, you get an extra 500. You've got to roll an odd number, yeah? Well done. So the idea of that is, obviously Dan's risked it there, double or quits for the 1,000 dirham.
Did he get it or not?
He got a 3, sorry. I thought the clapping would have initiated that. So you can see here, right, if you don't roll a dice, this is what you're getting. If you do roll a dice, you'd be very similar to myself. Like, that wasn't the greatest videos and stuff like that I used to do back in the day. You may not hit the target, but you need to start. Just start rolling the dice when we're talking about social media and your branding. There's another article there that we posted recently, and it gives us a lot of credibility, actually, and obviously we won an award on that recently. Social media for yourself, I think some people are doing it great, some people are not doing it, and some people are doing it okay. The same people, I spoke to you yesterday, Naheem, didn't I, about how yours is going, and just a couple of... And after this session, the next hour, just come over with your Instagram, and I'll just tell you exactly what you need to do just to change it up, okay? So for me, what social media brought, for those who don't know, when me and Che worked together we split everything down the middle for maybe 3 years. I focused solely on social media. I never listed a single property on Property Finder, Bayut and Dubizzle, essentially because Che was doing it. I just focused on social media. And what that brought was a lot of awkward moments because people were beating me in the duck and going, Gary, nice to meet you, and how's the kids? And I'm like, fuck, who's this fella? It happened so many times. Got used to it in the end. But what it brought was the barriers down. It brought the barriers down to meeting people and the leads that I was generating. I swear to God, I was getting a lead every single day on social media. We were selling more properties than anybody. We were untouchable. We were bulletproof. Nobody would sell more than what me and Che were doing. We'll come on to that a little bit later. But the important thing is the relationship that you can build with your audience, with your followers. Just bring the barriers down. They can see your kids. They can see what you do on the weekend. If you play paddle, you know, you can build a relationship before you've even met that client. I am here to tell you that it fucking works. I was getting a lead a day, whether that was a buyer or a seller. It was fantastic. It was a really, really, really good time. So trust, credibility, and recognition. I posted about this morning, motivation versus habit. We all like a bit of motivation, a bit of empowerment, and people to come in and make you feel great. But what actually the long-term goal is the habits that you create will create your longevity in the market. And that's through a lot of different things, whether that's paying someone to do your social media, whether that's your allocation of time, whether that's, you know, having a PT in the gym, whether that's sitting in the cappuccinos and writing out your content for 10, 15 minutes a day or an hour a week. Creating good habits will always trump your motivation. Moving on to identity. We've created a really solid brand in the market, and I'm sure not just you will agree, but everybody outside this office will also agree that we have many benefits to this company, not just paying a higher commission structure. We look the fucking bollocks. Out there in the market, our branding is perceived to be the best. You get comments every day, and through winning awards, recognition, we've managed to create that identity. And I want that for all of you. And that's what this presentation is about. And the reason that you join this company, don't forget, is for these reasons, okay? So branding versus marketing, like two things that, to be honest with you, I struggle with myself sometimes. But this is the difference between branding and marketing. Branding is who, and marketing is how. So branding is Strada, the colours, everything that you see, all of us all dressed well and high standards and things like that. Marketing is how we do it. So the guys at the end are how we do it, or the leads that we generate, or the investment that we put into the marketing with the portals and things like that. Branding is long-term, marketing is short-term. So this might be trying to generate leads, but this is trying to push us through a decade. Branding is macro. Branding is the whole business, whereas micro is just that part of the business, marketing. Branding is trajectory and marketing is tactics. So there's certain things that we do to boost this company's profile, but the branding essentially is the trajectory that we've been on for the last couple of years. Branding is being, marketing is doing, branding is soul, and marketing is voice. Branding is loyalty, and marketing is responses, leads, and good things being said in the market. Right, someone tell me, what company is that? I haven't got another 500 there, I'm like, huh? Prompt? No. Prompt, what's that? Okay, no. Anyone tell me what company it is? Say again? No. No. I'll give you the clue. It's the world's largest company. Microsoft. Now, can you see a product on there? Word Art, probably the only one, but they're not trying to sell laptops, or I think there's Xbox here as well, like something to do with Xbox field trips. There's no products on there, is there? You can't see anything. It doesn't stand out. They're not trying to just sell you all the time. People are fed up with that. People are getting fed up with Instagram. Once again, no products. It's all about design. It's all about art and two important things, feeling and emotion. So going back to me, when I was doing social media, I wasn't just putting properties up. I was putting reviews up. I was putting my kids up, my personal life. I was having a pint with the lads. It'd go up. That got people's feeling and emotion. So moving on to the next one. When you drink a can of Red Bull, what's the feeling that you get? You feel like shit. What happens? Gives you energy, anxiety. That's just, I don't think you need the Red Bull for that, mate. So your heart starts pounding, doesn't it? It's an exhilarating feeling. And that's what Red Bull play on. Again, can you see it? Kind of energy drink on there? No, they're just selling the feeling, the emotion. They're building a relationship up with their audience, with their followers. No properties on there. There's no energy drinks on there. There's no empty maples sat on there, or one-bed shitholes in JVC. No one's getting any emotion through an empty property. Oh, is that? Sorry, T. But there isn't, is that? Do you know what I mean? Who's meant to create a relationship up with an empty carcass of a one-bed in JVC? Do you know what I mean? Like, we need to stop. We need to think bigger. I speak about this one all the time, and if I'm repeating myself, then I do apologise. These are all the beautiful people that we have seen today, except for Ranch, of course. But these are the people I've seen today, right? There's probably, 50 people on there, 50, 60 people in the room. If I post an Instagram story right now, by the end of this presentation, I'd have probably seen 1,000. So unfortunately for us, if we're just going to, act in this way, out of the digital space, we're only going to see this amount of people. Freddie, how many people have you seen today? You're Freddie, mate. 40, maybe seen someone as you were leaving the building, receptionist. Yeah. But if you, was there 5 on reception, was there? But if you post on social media now, you can be quite easily seen by 300-400 people, and you sell property. What you want is exposure in the market, isn't it? You want people to see you, whether you cut hair, sell houses, sell mobile phones, tile floors, roof houses, whatever it is, you need people to see you. That's why we do the job, talk about marketing, right? Leads me on to the next point, which is engagement with your following, with your audience. When I was starting, I just used to like, comment, share, save, DM. I used to engage with everybody because everyone lives in a house, and at some point, that house needs selling. And if you're living rent-free, excuse the pun, in the mind of your following, your audience and your clients, when the husband turns to the wife and says, you know what, fucking fed up with you, and wants a divorce, needs to sell the house, they will think about yourself just by liking, commenting, living rent-free all the time, all over the socials. It can be difficult, and sometimes you have to speculate to accumulate and invest into your social media because we can't do it all. We do need help. Talking a lot at the moment about USP, moving forward into a challenging competitive market. We've been fortunate enough over the last 3-4 years, or definitely since COVID, to the transactions are high, commissions are good, prices are high, which again means commissions are good. COVID wiped a lot of agents out, and then moving forward now, we're going to, if the MLS does come in and you have to be the only listing agent, it's gone from 100 down to 3 from the law that came in last year. It could come down to 1. So what sets you apart from everybody else? What's your USP? Has anyone got a USP in this room? Currently? Speak up. I'm not going to challenge you, but... Pardon? Marketing. Yours is marketing. I mean, yours is quite humorous on social media, isn't it? And if you stick to that, I'm sure you do well. Naheem, giving value. Ranch, community expert. Anybody else got a USP? Doesn't have to be marketing. It could be your network. Jacko's got a great network. Sells all over Dubai. Mr. Dubai is. You don't know him already, but everyone, you need a USP. Whether it's negotiation, whether it's the way you dress, whether the way you network, whether it's the company that you work for, you need a USP to move forward. If there's 2 chocolate bars, one's got this crazy USP and one hasn't, and the chocolate bar market becomes challenging, the shit chocolate bar is going out of fashion. So, Damach, 2008 and 2014, correct me if I'm wrong, 2 dates that stick out in the Dubai real estate market. Anyone who sat in Gino's training the other day. What we're having, sorry to Ander, I just have to apologise before I move on to the next point is, but what we are seeing right now is every Tom, Dick and Harry, every Tom, Dick and Mohammed are currently setting up in JVC as a developer, correct? We've got people coming in, reception, all the fucking time, doing a development in JVC, doing a development in Arjan, for Jan, wherever it is, constantly people are setting up. But when I first started, nobody wanted to build nothing. Nobody. There was no confidence. There was no sentiment in the market. All these developers went out of business because the market became challenging. So 2018, January 2018, I started and it was really, really competitive. Nobody had a USP. And no matter what you think about Damach, I could have quite easily put Emaar on there. But Emaar are backed by the government. So I'm going to give them the benefits that a private company, is when they send you that picture, what that building looks like. It looks like it's going to be the best building in the whole of the world. Look at that one on bloody beachfront. Looks like the best. It's got all interlocking pools and all this crazy stuff. Looks like the best building in the world. What they do great is marketing, brochures, pictures, CGI images. That's what they do fantastic at. And that's why they've been here for so long in Nice. I was discussing before about myself and Che and how we work together and why it was so successful. I'll give you a little bit of an insight. We were like the SAS, back to back, going into battle. We covered all angles, 360 degree. We could see everything that was going on. I lived in Maple. Che was great at admin, CRM, property polls, fantastic at cold calling. I wasn't great at cold calling, I'll be honest. I never really had the motivation to do it. I hated the rejection of the whole thing. I wasn't great at admin and paperwork and organisation, but Che was fantastic. He was great at transfers. One thing Che wasn't great at was social media. And that's where I picked up the slack. I picked up the slack with the marketing. I lived in the community. And going through all these things here, this is allocation of time. Don't lock yourself in a call-out booth and just call out to fuck. You've got to do other things. Don't just put yourself exclusively on social media. You're not going to get through challenging times. Don't do all of one of these things, okay? You may be able to, I'm not saying do 10% of each. You might do 20 of one of another and 15 of another. If you're going to do mindfulness, then you're going to turn into a hippie. But mindfulness, education, training, cold calling, property polls, social media, CRM admin and viewings, we covered it all. And as I said before, we were untouchable. Nobody would compete. I mentioned earlier about speculate to accumulate. When we was doing social media, we put an ad spend on every single post. We paid a guy, I think it was 2,000 dirham, something like that, wasn't it, for each video? It was a 15-second clip. We paid 2,000 dirham. We didn't have 2,000 dirham. There was a point, I remember, sat there in the February of that next year. We were fucking skint on the bones of our ass, but we just kept going. And that probably links back to the gambling. I'm so open to risk. When the chips are down, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm probably the worst person. Holly will tell you that. Speculate to accumulate, right? No way. No way are you going and spending that amount of money on golf, Holly said to me. It was the February of 2019. I swear to God, we had no dough. I told you before, we had 2 months. 28th of February, we were going home. Wasn't going on Emirates. We were on a connecting flight around the world. We had no dough, I swear. Went home. How many times have we had a call and the fella said, I'm going to buy, X amount of properties. They fill us with all this joy, and then they just completely ghost us and disappear. Again, the chips were down, and I had that call. For some stupid reason, and I went all in. But it was the best thing I ever done. This fella is a billionaire, and this fella controls his money. You've probably heard about my client. That's me in the middle. So what I done was, I took them to play golf. I thought, this can't be a bad thing. They're committed to buying property. They've told me, they might have lied to me, as we have, as people have done many, many times. But I thought, 4 hours on a golf course with a billionaire and a fella who controls his dough. I'd never even spoke to them. A representative called me and set it all up. So I told the representative, I'm paying for golf. I'm going to take them to golf. Okay, you take them. I'll step out. You take them. You pay. Great. 4 hours. I had 4 hours. The clock was fucking ticking. Can't remember the date, but the clock was ticking. I had 4 hours with these guys. I think it was £1,000. I think I told Holly it was just golf, and ended up being, food and a lot of beers. And it was the best thing I ever done. You've got to invest in yourself. A lot of people are looking for the perfect moment to start. We're looking to do a deal and then shout about it on socials. Who to impress our friends back home? Not going to get nothing out of that, are we? We're looking to pick up new clients. Don't wait for the perfect moment. A little bit skint, I appreciate you can't just start fucking spending loads of money on social media and things. But saying things out there are going to make you perceived to be better in the market. Whether you're going to spend money on social media, I know Naheem, you've been doing it for many months. Connell's another one. Aidan Doyle. You've got to invest in yourself, whether that's buying that watch, that Rolex watch, to make yourself look successful. If I had a real estate agent and he turned up, and he didn't look so successful, it wouldn't fill me with enthusiasm and confidence that he was my guy. The watch, we sell it. The car, someone turns up today and says he bought a Ferrari, I'll be like, "Sounds well done, but it's 100% financed it." It's not like a big well done. You can go out and go and get a car, 3K, 4K, and start turning up looking the bollocks. We can all afford. Jacko's clients came in the other day, 1,400 dirham for a tailored suit. So next minute, you've invested all your money in a watch. I'm not saying do that, but you get the point, yeah? Invest in yourself to make yourself look the bollocks. I certainly done it then. That's been my biggest client and one of the biggest clients of this company. And just to give you a little bit of insight how that started. My aim of this company, our aim is to turn, obviously there's no landlines on the desks, and we want to turn this company into less of an outbound agency, because that creates certain things. We want to be, when that husband looks at the wife and he's done with her, or someone's died, or they need to sell the house for whatever reason, we want to be the agency that pops into their heads and they go, I want to fucking deal with them. And we're going to do that through exclusivity, branding, marketing. Inbound agents is the future. Inbound companies, you want to wear a Louis Vuitton tee. You got a Louis Vuitton t-shirt and a standard t-shirt. Personally, I probably prefer to wear the standard, but a lot of people will be attracted to the Louis Vuitton because it's got a Louis Vuitton logo. You want to be associated with that brand. Let's discuss an outbound agent to an inbound agent. Currently, we're outbound agents, right? Not so many people who have been in a job for a lot longer and experience and have got a brand have got more likelihood of being an inbound agent. Outbound agent, when we're sat there all day calling out to fuck, got nothing on the go, and all our emphasis is on calling out and trying to generate business. It will create stress, anxiety, hard work, rejection, and it's not even fun. It's not creative because we haven't got a brand. What we want to do with this company is we want clients to want to be associated with it. I sold my house with Strada. I've got my house listed with Strada. I've got my house listed with Mr. Dubai Hills. He's going to get me the best price. By creating a brand, we can create longevity. Inbound agents, you've got power. And that lead was coming through to me. I had all the power in the world. Do what others do and you'll get what others get. A seller was contacting me to say, Gary, can you sell my house? Think of the power I had. I could sign 90% of them up exclusive. They were coming to me. So it gave me power. It gave me control in the market. Exclusivity. Efficiency, choice, and longevity. It's so powerful. It's so important. Unfortunately, for everybody in the room, the digital us is better than the person sat in these seats. The better looking, the edited, face-apped, cropped. We look a lot better on socials. It's a highlight reel. Let's start creating a personal brand. Just start. Sit in cappuccinos, write a few ideas down for the week instead of chatting shit or wasting our time. Create that habit. Successful people do consistently what normal people do occasionally. We're all a fault for this. All a fault for it. I'm by no means perfect. By no means. We need to start rolling the dice, okay? We need to start. If you have a brand, you will get through. I'm not saying the market is bad. The market is a fantastic, never been better market. But when that storm came the other day, we all just sat on our asses and didn't really do much, did we? So if this happens again, we need to make sure that we get through, okay? If anyone needs any help whatsoever, I'm available all the time. The next hour, come over to me, give me your socials, I'll rewrite it. I'll get your links on there. I'll make sure what people need to do when they go on your social media. Who are you? Who's Lloyd Talal Thompson? Who is he? What's his family look like? Has he got a dog? Where does he live? What does he do? What does he do for a living? And how can he help me? Hopefully that was insightful. And if you need anything at all, I'm always there, yeah? If anyone's got any questions, happy to answer them. Thank you.